Ooh, acolytes. A Vtuber agency is cooked. Nice, getting shafted as F. As at least the title says. Let's hear what this is about, because... Oof. Those agencies, like some of them, get in trouble. Damn.
Hey, what's up guys, Rev here. So today we're going to be looking at a situation involving a VTuber agency and some drama involving its members. Now, because this story is a bit convoluted, I want to give you guys a too long didn't read version of events to serve as a sort of roadmap for what we're looking at here. So basically, we have this VTuber agency who has a history of greedy business practices. Recently, there was a leak where there was a document shared that allegedly belongs to this organization that shows a assembly line of VTubers in their agency who will be announcing that they're leaving the company in the near future. Well, some of those start turning out to be true based on this leaked document, and a YouTuber decides to start investigating by looking at a graduation announcement stream from one of those VTubers on that list. What ends up happening is that stream was immediately privated because they found out the YouTuber was watching, and then that member of the agency decided to make a call-out post against those actions, which then led to a bunch of harassment and even death threats from fans and even other members of the agency. So as...
Okay. What the F happened there? This is... I'm gonna tell you, acolytes, I am... the VTuber... specifically the company VTuber community, or the fans of those, are some crazy mother effers, like some of them. The things I hear about company VTube fans is freaking crazy. I'm not saying everybody, but for F's sake, I actually always thought, or people told me, that the lolly community is freaking toxic. But where I look, every single one of those people that told me that, yeah, I hear shit like this. And yes, there were some VTubers or VTube fans that told me the exact same thing. And then I hear that the one after the another in a company just gets shade on. Insane.
You can see
insane.
It's quite a mess. So let's begin with the agency itself and the history they have that caused a lot of controversy. So you have V and U Official, the VTuber agency, Virtual and Universe, VTuber and U. Whatever that means. But last year they found themselves in some big controversy because of this former member named Amano Serafi. As you can see, they have graduated, their accounts are all shut down. Well, what happened is back in March, there was a series of announcements from V and U because basically this VTuber had gone pretty much silent on their accounts. They come out and say that basically there's issues between them and Serafi, and they're gonna have to take legal action against her. Then, a few days later, they make another announcement saying that they're terminating the contract of Amano Serafi, and also they try to basically throw her under the bus and say that she was difficult to work with, and they tried to basically come up with a plan. They were trying to give her a number that she would have to pay in order to leave and all this stuff. Well, unfortunately for them, this whole series of posts would blow up in their face because Amano, on her past life account, basically the account she used before she moved over to the agency account, is now free to talk about this because the contract is terminated. There's no longer an NDA that she's going to respect. So she goes on.
Nice. Fun. Yes. I love it when companies get exposed. And I don't care if you like the company. A company is a company. It's a faceless, freaking gigantic thing. If a company gets shafted for their evil doings, I don't care who likes it. I don't care what happened. It's good.
This account, Alien Mixture, which she's active on these days, and she shared a Google Doc sharing everything that was going on with this dispute with the company. And also, allegedly, there was a document, a VTuber contract from the agency shared with Legal Mindset, who is a channel we have talked about even very recently on this channel for his coverage of the Johnny Somali trial. But the contract is absolutely insane. One of the greediest, shadiest contracts. Very, very weird stuff. There's a non-compete clause and an NDA for 3 years after the termination of the contract. But this one kills me, right? If this agreement is terminated for cause, by fault of broadcaster. Broadcaster agrees to pay back all compensation they've received plus direct expenses incurred for the performance of VTuber work, replacement personnel input costs, and damages. If they can't calculate a total for that, the company can choose 5 times compensation received. So if you can't figure out the exact number you need to pay them, they'll make one up for you, and then they'll multiply it by 5, and you have to pay it. Absolutely insane stuff. But yeah, that's what...
What the Yeah, no. Makes sense. I am actually quite surprised it's only times 5. I would have imagined more like times 10, so it's nice and equal, you know. Yeah.
What she was facing. Here's a video from False ID going in detail about all this, and she shared some of this information on stream, on her past life account, and also shared some of these documents publicly. And basically what happened is, in the final 2 months of her active times with the company, she was not compensated at all for those 2 months, including, during that time, a birthday subathon where she made around $4,000, where she didn't receive a single penny from that stream or anything from the final 2 months. So she basically, because of reasons like that and some creative differences and all that and wanting to move on, she tells them that she wants to break her contract and leave the company. Well, they say, cool. We'll do that under one condition. You have to pay us a certain amount of money, some compensation. That compensation being the equivalent of 455,000 US dollars. So basically they said, you have to pay that, then we'll let you leave, which is insane, obviously. So she asked for an itemized list of everything, and they obliged. They sent her an itemized list that was shared publicly, and it's absolutely insane. So besides the greatly exaggerated costs and things like that, there was also some business expenses that had nothing to do with her. They're basically trying to pass on their own bills to her. But the most outrageous part, just to give you an idea of how insane this list is, there were parts listed as etc., demanding tens of thousands of dollars. They couldn't even make up a reason for that money. They just said,
what the fuck? Acolytes, VTuber companies are evil, for F's sake. Their souls are so tainted I wouldn't even take them to my phylactery. What the
said,
why?
For etc. Absolutely insane stuff. So basically she lawyers up, and her lawyer can't even believe what he's saying. Basically, it looks like they had a PR team and a legal team that they found off of Craigslist. Like, it's absolutely insane how they're running this company. And the lawyer tells, now of course, Alien here, that you're not going to pay anything. And that's duh. And they basically...
Yeah, and the question right now for me... No, what I want to say, Acolytes. Those are scare tactics. And the thing is, this is normal with big companies. And it works way more often than you would think. Because most people, 99% of people, are like, okay, I'm just gonna take it or pay it just so I have peace. That's all. I just want my peace, and then it's fine, and then nothing bad will happen, and then you just get shafted. This is normal. But 400,000... I think if they didn't exaggerate the entire thing so much, this won't have happened, but phew.
Told this company that you have to come to the United States if you want to pursue any sort of action there because you don't like that she's breaking the contract. And of course, we know that they didn't do that. She's back on her past life account, making content. And basically, it was a really bad look for the company. That's basically why I'm telling you this. I'm laying out the type of company we're dealing with here, and now we're going to look at the dysfunction among some of its members. So what happened recently that generated all this? Well, it largely began with Legal Mindset, once again. So apparently someone in the company is...
Legal Mindset dips his fingers in things like this a lot. That's actually quite good because as he presents himself, he's actually quite competent.
Leaking documents to Legal Mindset, and some of them are a very bad look for the company. As he says here, leaked VNU graduation schedule looking very Niji Sanji. And you can see in here, there's basically an assembly line of graduation announcements and graduation streams. And if you're not familiar with what graduation means in VTubing terms, it just means you're leaving the company. Okay, so it seems very odd that they have this assembly line of people leaving and it's all pre-scripted. It's just a very odd look. And seeing this list, a YouTuber by the name of Rema Evenstar, someone I highly recommend, she saw this and said, I'm going to do a little research on this and see what's going on with this company, because some of the names on that leaked document list, they were following through on those specific dates. They were starting to make their graduation announcements. It seems like the list is accurate. So she decided to basically tune in for one of these graduation announcement streams from one of the people listed. And things are going fine, but all of a sudden, the stream just goes away. The stream has been privated and taken down mysteriously. And that stream belonged to this Spectra Libitina individual who was on that list, like I said. And after they privated the stream, they decided to make this post right here, basically calling out Rema based on the circumstances we just saw, but also on the further circumstances we're going to look at in just a second, where she says, maybe read the caption next time. Please remember to be respectful to the talents. And basically what she's saying here is this line in the top of the description prevents anyone from publicly reacting to the announcement, because it says, please do not reproduce this stream without permission. Thank you. Which is an insane thing to try to do. Number one, they don't understand the words they're trying to use here. Reproduce is not the same as react. Reproduce means you're just downloading their stream and then re-uploading it with no changes. That's reproducing in this sense of content creation, right? But what they're trying to refer to as reactions, right? They're trying to refer to people reacting to their content. And of course, that is fair use. You are allowed to react to someone's public stream. That's 100% fair use. And basically, they're trying to control the fair use rights of other people by putting this in their description, which, by the way, means absolutely nothing. That does not prevent someone from reacting to this. And as it turns out, Rema didn't even see this, which, again, it doesn't matter if she saw it or not, because this doesn't mean anything. But this whole...
This is a thing that just happens. I mean, you wanna keep your shady stuff in the fan base, no matter what you do. So there's that. And no, I don't care. I do not care. You get the minimum respect that I can afford to a human being, but you are a company shill. And I don't care about your little wee-wees. If you're a shill, I have way less, feelings, good feelings, respect towards you. You sold your spine, you are a shill, you are not worthy of my full respect because you didn't fight for your thing, you are a shill. I don't care. Simple.
The whole thing's very odd because the community, at least at first, was looking at this and saying to the people who said, well, that's, your legal right to react to this. And they would say, well, it's still disrespectful. No, quite frankly, I think it's very disrespectful to make this post that's clearly very snarky and trying to tell people what they can or can't react to. I think that is pretty disrespectful. And on top of that, she wasn't reacting to the stream in a negative way. She was an impartial person just seeing what's going on with this agency and just happened to be live streaming her reaction. But nope, they have this crash out, and this would lead to a lot of people threatening Rema because they knew it was her based on the circumstances, and things would go completely haywire. So other members of VNU would start making comments, including this Misma individual. They said this at the same time the previous post was made, saying this: just landed the craziest stream snipe of my life. And someone says, was it tense? And then she says, horse down, which is of course referring to Rema. She started off as a horse-themed VTuber. That's what she's always referred to as. So they were clearly talking about Rema with this comment, but this one is not even anywhere near the comment made, or series of comments made, by this Tomomi individual, who really went full edgelord here, saying this clearly in response to what happened, saying, why do quote-unquote journalists never do the bare effing minimum anymore, hanging and quartering all drama tourists. So let's just back up here for a second. So number one, they're basically saying if you're a drama YouTuber, you need to be tortured and killed. But in this context, it's even more insane. They're saying that Rema should be hanged and quartered because she publicly reacted to a public stream in an impartial way. That means someone should be tortured and killed. I don't know what's going on with people on the internet.
Oh, wait. I misheard. Hanging and quartering. Okay, no, he's correct. I didn't see it correct. For F's sake, I think I'm gonna cut this one. I'm gonna admit I made a mistake because I didn't read it, but I'm gonna cut my thing out. This is... Okay. I effed up.
And why they're so publicly unhinged like this. But yeah, just like the previous tweet, by the way, this one would be swiftly deleted, and whether or not it was their own choice or their management told them to, it doesn't really matter. They were...
Yeah, it doesn't matter. But probably the Jack and the company behind her did it, but it's irrelevant because this is a freak probably. I mean, she already says, hey, hang and quartering, hanging, yeah. Okay, yeah. F it, no, F her. That's...
Of course, deleted. Now, this is where Parrot comes in, who's also a content creator, talks about VTuber news and drama. He would make this post essentially calling out all the individuals who said these things, these three members of VNU. And of course, Tomomi would take the bait with another now deleted tweet saying, okay, I hope this helps entertain you. Please enjoy. Which is a very snarky, again, entitled type of response that started off nice with all the reaction from their community, but eventually people outside of it see this and they see what she's mocking, which is the hanging and quartering comments that she made directed towards Rema, and they go, whoa, what is your deal? Like, what is genuinely wrong with you? And this would, of course, blow up in her face, and then Rema would decide, based on all of this nonsense that had transpired over the past day or so, she would go live to talk about this in a quick 10-minute stream. And this is where the damage control starts. So then this Tomomi individual in another now deleted reply would basically say that she DM'd Rema personally to try to clear things up, but she ignored it, went live, and then stopped me from being able to comment in her stream. Well, this is kind of crazy, this last part. Like I said, the stream was 10 minutes, and clearly this person didn't even watch the 10 minutes, because at the very beginning, Rema said, I'm turning off the chat on my end so I don't get distracted while I talk about what I need to talk about. So this doesn't even make any sense. And this beginning part about being ignored, who knows, maybe it wasn't even seen. But why does anyone owe you a response? Like, when you tell someone they deserve to be hung and quartered, do you think they should give you the time of day to hear you out? Absolutely not. But
No. For this comment, as I said a lot of times, instant permaban. I don't care if she's from a big company. I don't care if this was the first time. I don't care if this is a freaking 10-year-old kid that actually just wants to be edgy. Permaban. No matter what. I don't care. F her for this.
again, like I said, the damage control would continue. As pointed out here, she would actually go into the stream and say, "Hi, Rema, smiley face. I sent you a DM about this a while ago. Just wondering if you saw it." And then you can see Kenny here replying saying, "From hanging and quartering to hi, Rema, smiley face is crazy."
It is.
And Tomomi says, "Can someone tell me where I threatened Rema specifically?" It's so childish. It's so obvious who you're talking about. And the fact that they're kind of just doubling down, be like, "Nuh-uh. You can't prove I was talking about Rema." Of course you were talking about Rema. You know, the only thing more cowardly than deleting all these tweets is trying to basically back away from it. Like, if you want to say outrageous, crazy shit on the internet and direct it towards other content creators engaging in fair use coverage, at least say it with your chest and don't be like this, trying to snake your way out of it.
The thing is, this is something that these days, it's just normalized acolytes. You cannot, for F's sake, talk to a human being normally. There will be some warming, some hoodwinking. Everybody tries to be a freaking smart apologist and just do shit like that. No, just stop it. If somebody even has a smidge of, hey, yeah, I meant that person or this one, or you cannot prove I meant someone, okay, then just fair enough. So you wanted other people that unhanged. Who did you mean specifically? If this person says, I don't know, just cut them off. They are not worth your time. Just don't go to those klugscheissers and give them the time of day. Why would you want to hang out with a person like that? Simple as that. And don't get me wrong, acolytes, I'm doing this for fun. Yes, I am doing the exact same thing for fun. And I am not going in and saying stuff like this. Well, I didn't mean specifically this thing. It's always in freaking fun. People understand it. And if there is any point in my life that a person thinks I am referring to someone in wholehearted, I just tell them, hey, okay, no, it was fun. And that's the end of it. Don't be an apologist like this. Don't do it in a literal certainty, 100% certainty, where you mean it as you say. This is just fucked up. This is klugscheisserisch. Just let the person go.
Avoid any sort of consequences. But of course, like I said, Rema would react in this stream. Like I said, it's only about 18 minutes. I lied, 18 minutes long, where she talks about what's going on, shows more screenshots, and the amount of people in the community supporting Tomomi after making those outrageous comments, encouraging her, saying she's not in the wrong. Even someone down here saying that we should eat people like Rema. Like a very bizarre community. That's all I can say. People were absolutely going nuts in the replies about the initial tweets.
Well, if you act like a freak, you attract freaks. Simple as that.
In the replies about Rema responding to all this stuff. And even I responded very briefly in some various threads about what's going on, and I got death threats. As you can see, this post violated the X rules. And you can tell I take these things very seriously. But it's like you kicked a hornet's nest of spurgs. Like, you call out these people from this agency, and there's like death threats flying around everywhere. These people are very, very strange. I don't know what kind of group of people they fostered, but yeah, they're quite unhinged. And all of this is over some of the weirdest stuff. Again, remember where we started. A YouTuber reacting to a public stream impartially. And we end up with all of this. It's really insane and cringe how all these people are acting just because they're so mad about drama tubers and all of this stuff. And I saw so many people reacting to this and trying to justify threats against people for covering things they don't like. It's so childish and annoying, and it's not going to stop anyone from doing it. It probably just encourages people like me to do it anyways. Because honestly, I didn't even see any of this. I didn't see any of the leaked documents. I didn't see the graduation announcements. I didn't even really know who this agency was until I saw the hanging and quartering comment posted. And that's what started. So if you want to be mad about people like me covering this, I only noticed because of the unhinged comments. And I said, okay, at that point, I'll talk about this because this is insane. But anyways, that's not the end of it. Legal Mindset apparently has a bunch of other leaks. And according to another one, apparently they're losing investors over these situations, especially the leaks, because investors are starting to lose their confidence in the company. And man, they should lose a lot more when they see how the actual VTubers themselves are acting. Definitely not a good situation for them, and it's hard to feel bad, especially for the management, given their history and everything that's going on here. But yeah, that's pretty much the situation. Very messy, like I said, but just another case of people being very unhinged and VTuber agencies being completely unlikable whatsoever. But that's going to do it for this video. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topic.
Another thing, Ref, thank you for this. And I will repeat myself again, acolytes, because this just... I will never join a freaking VTuber company. Never. This kind of drama. What the fuck? This just isn't worth it. I mean, the thing is, if you join a VTuber company like this, or agency, the initial boost of viewers is a very good thing. It is a very good thing. You can literally live out of that. But all the things afterwards, well, F me, I'm gonna be honest here. This just doesn't seem to be worth it, at least to me. But as it is, acolytes, good night.